Hey, and welcome to another installment of Geek Out Movie Commentaries with your Geek Out crew. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Jake.
And to keep up with our 75th anniversary of the creation of Batman, last week we did Batman 1966. This week we're doing Batman 1989 because there hasn't been a Batman movie for the 23 years in between all that.
And it's also probably one of the best Batman movies.
It's Jake, wouldn't you say it's one of your best all-time,
Well,
favorite?
for me, my favorite Batman movie, and a lot of it's because as a kid, getting a copy in VHS, our neighbor lent us a copy. My brother and I watched it, and we're just, we had known about Batman. But yeah, I mean, it's easily my favorite Batman movie because of nostalgia, because I love it, and it's seriously one of my favorite movies too.
We actually, growing up, we had this on Laserdisc.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is a great movie technology if you don't mind VHS quality video and audio and having to flip the disc over every 20 minutes.
And it's vinyl record-sized
Yeah.
DVDs.
Yes.
Yeah, it's essentially the easiest way to break it down is you have a CD, which they're the size of a DVD, but the way that you compress the data, that's like an hour's worth of audio. So video takes up a lot more space. So you on a CD size disc, you can fit maybe like 5 minutes of video and audio together. So they had to make it the size of vinyl. And then movies are like 2 hours long. So you had to flip the side at least once.
6 times for Star Wars.
Six
Holy
times
crap.
for Star Wars.
Could you imagine watching like Das Boot or like
Yeah.
Dances with Wolves
Titanic
on there?
Yeah. No, so
Jacked after watching
So
that
I
movie.
loved I loved watching it on Laserdisc, but there were so many scenes that, like, because you had to flip the disc, that's like almost a minute in between like a quick cut.
Do you remember like really quick like any of like the cut, like any of the times like in
When
this
it's the
mo-
most
or, you know
inconvenient
what?
moment.
Save it for the movie.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
watching
yeah.
it.
We Sam and I did joke about watching the Laserdisc for this commentary, but then we were like, but that whole like taking like a minute in the middle of a scene,
Yeah.
like that wouldn't be
Every
too good.
15 minutes.
And also, I have the Blu-rays, so why not waste that? So, just so everyone knows, we are using the Blu-ray version to watch this. I don't think there's any difference between any of the versions, but. So
Not running time wise.
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, at least. So we popped the Blu-ray in. There's no menu; it just goes straight to playing it. So if you're doing that, pop the Blu-ray in and then like hit pause. We're at zero, the zero counter, and prepare that up. I'll assume you have it prepared now because you're smart and you pause and hit pause on us to get that ready. I got the remote. I'm about to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And the movie has started.
Oh, Mactivate. There's the Warner Brothers sign. Yeah, I actually saw this. I had to wait until this came out on VHS, and I saw it at a friend's house. This and Batman Returns back to back.
Nice.
I think
It's a
lot.
good double feature.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of my Batman, my love of the character, and love of movies, really, because I saw this at a fairly young age. I'm 6, 7 years old, comes from this movie. The opening scene in particular. As a kid,
this has got to have like one of the coolest opening scenes.
well,
just this
it's really
right here.
funny. As a kid, I would fast forward through this because I was like, I don't care about any of this. I want to get to Batman kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
Or
They spoof it in Kung Fu Hustle.
Do they?
Except it's not obviously the Batman symbol they're flying through.
But of course, I mean, we'll probably say this a couple times, but Danny Elfman's score is like,
Oh my god!
one of
it's
the all
definitive
times.
Batman.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's why they used it in the TV, the animated TV show. That's why Dick Tracy spoofed it, or not even spoofed it. Like they actually had
Danny
Elfman
Elfman
doing
come
it.
back
Yeah.
and do it. Yeah.
But yeah, years later, I can watch this opening and like totally love it now. But when I was a kid, I just wanted in anything Batman
Oh,
related.
Billy D. Williams,
Yes.
Playing face that never was.
Black Harvey Dent.
The best Harvey Dent.
Although then you could argue that like the Harvey Dent in the cartoon series kind of looks black too. So
he's of mixed race, yeah.
you're mixed race.
I am, in fact. That's a factual statement.
Hey yo.
So
But yeah, I remember watching this Laserdisc and just being like, "What the hell is this that we're the camera's zooming through?"
Yeah.
I don't get it.
it looks like the asteroids from Empire Strikes Back.
It kind of does.
Hey,
Prince. Oh, and Jake's gonna go on and on about Prince.
He's already gone from 6 to midnight.
I didn't realize that there were so many Prince songs in this movie until one of my
Sam's
friends
pointed out that everyone in Gotham in this movie listens
the
to Prince.
only
That's
thing
all
they
they
listen
listen
to.
to.
Yeah, but like one of my friends got the little mini vinyl that is like the Batman soundtrack that's just the Prince songs.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh cool, let me check this out. These are all Prince songs. There's like 10 songs or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, there's one main Danny Elfman score that they throw back to every once in a while. But yeah, it's pretty much Prince.
Well, I mean, they released 2 soundtracks. I mean, they
Yeah.
have the Prince soundtrack and they have the Danny Elfman soundtrack.
There it is, the bat symbol.
There it is.
I mean, what had happened is they had approached Prince to come up with the soundtrack or a song for the film, and he came with a full album.
And he probably did it all in one night.
Do we know
without
which
sleeping.
song that was? That
I'm
was
not sure.
It was a package deal for
Yeah.
Prince.
I guess they just said, "Hey, write us a song," and he was like, "I got an album."
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, I got an album.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he talks.
I don't know why. I don't know why I assume he's Michael Jackson.
Monarch Theater, that's a nice touch from the comics. Because that's actually the
That's
theater.
the theater that they went
I
to.
do wish the poster
Yeah.
though was that
Yeah.
they were seeing the Mark of Zorro, but
Is
I can't
that
remember.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this isn't. As a kid, I always thought that this was
the
The
Wayans.
beginning.
Wayans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
and I think that's like the idea, like to show an analog to them.
Well, yeah. I mean, Bruce Wayne stops. Well, he doesn't really stop this from happening, but
That's
he
true.
kind of watches.
He's
now
like
that I
the
think about it,
worst vigilante
He doesn't stop
in this
this
scene.
from happening. It happens, and then he beats the shit out of them for doing it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does
Hopefully
what
so that
he
those
does what
people-
he wanted to do.
Yes, that those people hopefully will never do it again. Yes, that's very true. I remember watching this the first time and being like, yes, this is very much, you're thinking it's...
This really
Wayne
is like
family.
New York City in the 80s, which is
I
to
love
say
this Gotham City,
shitty.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is probably my favorite Gotham City.
I really like Returns. We'll get to that next
Yeah,
week.
well, yeah.
I would just have a hard on for German Expressionism.
Yeah, and not Central Park.
Yeah. Or Washington Square.
Well, I'm saying because there is that Central Park scene in Batman Returns.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that next week.
The guys they got to play these
Oh my
two
God,
are
this guy-
so sickly. Like,
Yeah.
So is there like a plague going in Gotham
well, I always
City?
wondered what happened to these guys.
well,
Like,
they're
what did
probably
they do?
homeless. And,
She's about to do
sick.
the one thing. What do you think she's going to do?
She screamed. Stupid bitch. Not doing the kid any favors. And this always looked weird because it's like animated.
Well, it's very clearly rotoscoped.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a shame that they weren't able to clean that up more in the DVD.
This is one of those
Or, I'm
scenes
sorry,
that
the Blu-ray.
I wish I can go back in time and see opening night and see this scene with an audience.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, everyone was thinking he was going to be the Adam West,
Which we
skin
sat
tight,
through.
Adam West skin tight suit, very funny,
Yeah.
60s pop art kind of thing.
Yeah.
And for this here, like this is one of my favorite scenes of the movie easily because it's such a great introduction to Batman.
Yeah, I remember being in the comic book shop, and I can't remember if I've mentioned this before, but like right around the time that like the Dark Knight, the Christopher Nolan, the Dark Knight,
Yeah.
was being announced that like Heath Ledger was going to be the Joker,
Mhm.
and people were like, "What? Heath Ledger? Like, dude, that was in the gay movie?"
Mhm.
And the people in the comic book shop were like, I remember in the 80s, they were like, what? The guy that directed Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah, and Mr. Mom.
Yeah, and the dude who, like, a stand-up comedian is going to be Batman,
Yeah.
and like, he does an amazing job.
How does the cigarette not fall
That's
out of
what
that dude's
yeah.
mouth?
Well, how does it not fall out of Ray Stan's mouth in
Here comes the
Ghostbusters?
action figure shot right there.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody here just creamed their pants.
I mean,
What a bitch going down.
Good thing you didn't hit
I
him in
remember
the
also
jaw.
thinking as a kid, like, this is like, he must have the most powerful kick in the world because this guy is like,
He just
done.
loves the bat, like,
Yeah. He goes,
motif.
if you don't get it, I am a bat. But I mean,
Boom.
this must have been blowing people's minds when this movie first came out because they're thinking most people's exposure was the Adam West Batman.
Yeah.
And now you're getting this dude in all black, hasn't said a word yet.
Yeah, no big kapow.
Yeah, and it's just owning guys.
It looks like he's about to kill him.
Nike made those shoes specifically for this movie, by the way.
Nice. And I love how you can understand what he's saying.
I guess the original line was supposed to be "I am the Knight," but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's cool that he's just, I'm Batman.
And you can actually understand it, like you said.
What?
Like for me, I'm one of those guys. Like I said, obviously, I mean, you probably all know by now how much I love this movie, but I love
Mustachioed Harvey Dent.
Yeah, I love all the different Batman for different reasons. For the most part, but yeah, for me, Michael Keaton always going to be my favorite Batman.
Action news, just like Action Comics. I just noticed that. I'm glad that you all were able to be here for that realization.
I'm like stunned with silence. I don't know what to say about that. That was great.
Yeah, I know, right?
I hope somewhere Billy T. Williams has that poster in his house.
I would totally, if I were
his
him.
garage door was that.
It's just the side of his house.
That is a canted angle for sure.
Pat Hingle.
Way to go, Bruce Wayne. Way to fuck up.
It's Jerry Hall, who used to be with Mick Jagger for like most of the 80s.
That's Jack Nicholson.
I love that.
He used to be with most everybody for most of the 80s.
I love that Jack Nicholson, like there's a documentary on this DVD or Blu-ray, they have like Batman through the years and all the different movies. Whenever he talks about Batman, like he's wearing a Batman pin, like, I mean, he made a crap ton of money from this movie, but he still to this day
highest paid actor at that time.
He still to this day loves this movie.
And didn't he like learn how to do all these like crazy card tricks for this role?
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, he's,
I feel like one of you guys said that a little while ago. Maybe I'm just drunk.
On Power.
Yeah. I can hit stop record whenever I want.
I'm going to try my best, but I'm going to try to keep an eye on the timer to see when it's 20 minutes, to see when you would have to flip the laser disc.
Okay.
Because I'm actually really interested to know, like, when you, like, in the movie, when, like, could you imagine if it's like right before he lets go of the Joker, or the Joker slips into the Axis chemicals?
I'll try to remember. I think when his hand comes up, like Shredder style, at the end of after he's been dunked, I think it cuts right there.
That's a hell of a
cut. I might have a visual memory. I might have
also known as a memory.
What do you guys think of Jack Nicholson, or of the Joker being a career criminal before he becomes the Joker?
I mean, for me, again, there's so many different interpretations. There's that kick again. Like, this guy is just wrecked for life. But
by one kick.
It's the flying Batman.
It's the Nike, man.
Yeah, it's the Nike shoes.
With the dudes with the Moscow caps putting him in the ambulance.
I don't know. It worked for me because, like, he's a career criminal, and then you just add the insanity.
There's the worst character in the entire movie.
Alexander Knox.
When I was a little kid, I'll get back to the Joker thing in a little bit, but when I was a little kid, Knox and Keaton looked so similar that like I had bad facial memory that like I couldn't rectify them as two separate characters. And that scene where they're both in the same room, I was like, what? Because I was a dumb kid, and I'm and I was really bad at telling people apart.
He was originally supposed to die in the film, but they kept him alive for the sequel, which he doesn't show up in.
Yeah, he was a fan favorite, I guess. They wanted, they didn't want to kill Alexander Knox.
Just like the sheriff in Live and Let Die.
He's fun.
Oh God.
But so for me personally, I've always loved the idea of like the Joker just like not having a backstory.
That is probably the coolest of all.
I think it's super creepy. It works in this case, and obviously like a lot of the comics where they do talk about like his backstory take a lot from this movie. But that was one thing that I loved about Christopher Nolan's Joker interpretation, where they kind of
he keeps giving you these different false different
stories,
backgrounds,
and all of them are just as fake as the last.
I do love the look of the Joker with the rain, the wide-brimmed hat.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Look at Bob the Goon, like just slowly, like he was just like the one little spot he's fixing on the car, like he was just
a dog or a dog, a bird shit on that one little spot.
Heavy duty shit.
Yeah. Actually, got money between two pieces of bread.
It's a very like expensive sandwich.
Yeah.
Got a lot of cheddar in it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I think Sam and I had watched this movie fairly recently too, but I love the look of the Gotham Police Department, like the all leather kind of look that they got.
Yeah,
but they got
almost
face. Full of Jack Napier hand right here.
Ooh.
And Jack does Napier does a couple times where he like waves off people, kind of like, you know.
Paul Dini,
He just looked
the
at
head
him
writer
or-
of there it is. But Paul Dini, the head writer of Batman the Animated Series, liked Jack Nicholson's portrayal so much, and the idea of him being a career criminal, he kept it for Batman the Animated Series.
Oh yeah, we had just recently watched.
And some of
Phantasm, right?
some of the early episodes actually reference the Joker being Jack Napier, but by the end of the series, they keep it anonymous.
Yeah. I mean, I like that because again, it makes it scarier that when he has, like I said earlier, like the insanity on top of like whatever he can remember, whatever his
Being a
mind
competent
was.
criminal,
but but to still have that criminal tendency, you know, that homicidal,
nastiness, the maliciousness on top
evil,
of it
wanting
all.
to do bad and hurt others, kind of thing, only amplified by the insanity.
Gotham City Hall with Grim Reapers holding the world on their shoulders.
What a dark and desolate.
Is that Clark Kent right there?
That's right. Yeah.
That would be a great little Easter egg.
Yeah.
I mean, they were supposed to have Dick Grayson pop up at some point.
That's right. The storyboarded the whole thing on the DVD. Here comes the Bob Kane drawn cameo.
Bob Kane, co-creator of Batman.
That's right. And here's a line that I never thought I'd hear in a Batman movie. Although we've heard Adam West say he was going to bash people and kill people. And,
kill you all.
Hello, legs is probably a line I would never anticipate in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale.
My glasses half the size of my face.
Right? Well, you got to show that she's both the smartest person in the world and the hottest person in the world.
What would you say is the story you've read that Vicky Vale is the most featured
Prominent?
in? Yeah.
She shows up in Batman and the Mad Monk.
I would have to say the All-Star Batman and Robin, where she goes on the date with Bruce Wayne in the beginning. And it basically is like dying, and so Batman's like, get that idiot from Metropolis to go fetch the doctor and the...
In Europe, yeah.
And you see him running across the water like, oh crap, because he doesn't realize he can fly yet.
If I remember correctly, she is featured pretty prominently in the one of the early New 52 Flash storylines.
Oh.
Or like the year zero Flash tie-in
Okay.
kind of thing. If I remember correctly.
She shows up in Batman Eternal as well.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Behind
that's
the
what
net.
I'm thinking of since I was reading those at the same time.
Oh, you got invitations. Nobody in this town talks to me, and yet somehow I still have a job at this paper.
There's a pose that Jack Palance is about to strike that is the most masculine pose you'll ever see.
That's how I hit puberty, really.
Yes.
His pose
Yeah.
coming at you.
At the age of 6, I was like, this is how men should be.
How men stand.
My balls
It's
just
coming up.
dropped.
Yeah. He got that outfit from Prince, by the way.
Purple suit.
Here it comes. Look at that step.
Bam.
Yep. There's my balls dropping even further.
So you've become an old man now.
Yeah. Old man status.
Hey, look at that. It's got a bullet hole through it.
That'll be all, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. That'll be all.
Jack Palance. Great. Such a great actor. Such a small part.
Yeah. Here he comes.
He dresses like a Dick Tracy character with
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
purple suit.
It's a nice outfit.
Jack. You. Love the way that's delivered.
They reference it in Arkham City.
Yeah, you're talking about the Two-Face, right?
Yeah, when you fight Two-Face in the Batman or the Catwoman epilogue, he says, "The one that gets Catwoman will be my number 01, a guy." That motherfucker.
be funny when he says this line, like Jack hasn't left yet, and he's like, "What? What'd you say?" Get me, Lieutenant Eckard.
Does he have a Herbert Hoover statue in his office?
Should have been Shakespeare to like be a throwback
There you
to
go.
the
Yeah.
to the 66 series.
And we're listening to Prince at a Wayne-sponsored party, too.
Well, yeah. What else would you listen to?
What else was popular in 1989? U2.
Yeah. Bunch of hacks.
Here, have $1.
This is the most clothes I've ever had for so much money.
You gotta admire like Tim Burton's trust and also like his
Trust.
There you go. His belief that in Michael Keaton to do this role, because I mean it feels like the only person when this movie was coming out, reading the interviews and all that kind of stuff back in the late 80s, that the only person who seemed to believe in him, was Tim Burton.
How cool is Michael Goff as Alfred
he's
Pennyworth?
great.
So good.
He's the best.
Yeah, to me, he is Alfred.
Yeah, absolutely.
Had
a great long life too.
And was able to be in both Tim Burton and both Joel Schumacher.
That's right.
Him and
Pat Hingle was all four as well.
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon. I do love that Bruce Wayne's first line when he's asked if he's Bruce Wayne, he's like, "I'm not sure."
Yeah,
that kind of identity crisis that Bruce Wayne always has between him and Batman.
Also, you got to let everyone know your favorite part about Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne.
Oh, the man perm.
The man perm.
Always a good choice, man perm.
Yeah, I always thought this part was kind of dickish though. I'll just
Yeah. Good thing Alfred is there to rescue everything.
That's what Alfred does, man. He rescues Bruce Wayne more than
Robin.
Yeah.
And has their dying respect of the entire Justice League as well.
Have you ever tried to plate crabs?
Yes. Last time I was in Vegas, actually.
I don't understand how it works at all.
I'll explain it when I'm not watching Batman, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be boring for the commentary to just devolve into hey, this
there's
is
the come out line.
We're almost at the
pass
20-minute mark, by the way.
Okay.
So
maybe
it's right before the access. Well, no, it's going to be
it'll probably be right here.
Yeah, cut, and then you'll have them going into the armor room or the armory.
And that might be another reason why that armory scene was always such a big what?
Yeah. You have to get up and flip the disc, and you forget who's who.
I forget who's who.
Wait,
and
why was Bruce Wayne in the armory with?
She was talking to Bruce Wayne, so she must still be talking to Bruce Wayne. I was a child.
I made mistakes.
Yeah,
he's doing the Vulcan nerve pinch to this dude.
That's why he's giving him all the information.
Okay.
It is a bummer. Pat Hingle's Commissioner Gordon gets goofier and goofier as the series goes on.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
it reflects the series.
Yeah. Well, I know, but but him, you see him from this
legitimate cop.
Well, because he gets more and more dependent on Batman, and less competent himself.
Bruce, what the fuck are they doing?
Spike head.
Should have worn that as his armor instead of the bat thing. Father, I will become a knight, a spiked knight.
Father, I will become a gas man,
gas noodle man.
It was a throwback to Sandman.
Father, I will be king of the Wicker people. That's how you make an entrance.
Yeah,
Make everyone feel like an asshole.
That's how I always make an entrance.
And the crowd goes wild.
See, people do read his articles.
Here comes a weird Alexander Knox face soon. Yeah. That woman was lost in the background.
She's actually not even in the movie.
That's it, right? Yeah. Here comes the face.
Sure, yeah, why not? Why not 12 cases of champagne?
She's got the Superman curl in her hair.
For a while, I tried to do that in my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work too well.
Well, I'm into beating the shit out of people and lying around all day.
Sleeping, hanging upside down for no reason at all.
We'll get to that. Yeah, that scene. Damn it.
That's like I can defend this movie. I don't know what to say about that part.
Bam! I want to be so rich that I can just throw around grants like they're nothing.
Now in this movie, I don't think, because we see it in Returns, we definitely see it in Forever, but I don't think you ever actually see him go into a secret room into the Batcave in this movie, if I remember correctly.
He's in the Batcave.
He's in the Batcave plenty of times, but
go into it.
Well, actually, I take that back. And
why do you need so many cameras?
it's become one of my favorite scenes is the Batmobile ride through the forest into. So I guess you kind of do because you see the wall open. But in terms of him going into a room and hitting a secret switch and the door opening and going down.
Do you see? I mean, you see Alfred let Vicky Vale into the Batcave.
Well, he's sitting in front of the computers and she just shows up. I want to say.
Yeah, she's just there. You don't
we'll see
how
in
he
an
gets to that point. He's also mixing the new Prince album at the same time. Actually, Prince is right next to him doing the Bat Dance video at this point.
Bat Dance.
Bruce Wayne's cameras are actually filming the movie as well because it's the exact same shot.
Same photo quality.
That's always bothered me in movies where they show security footage. It's like, no, that's just the shot.
Yeah, it's not closed circuit.
You've de-resed it a little bit, or you've made it black and white, but it's still the shot that you guys just showed.
Well, the line he says "shoot to kill." You know what that means?
If you are, I think this is the start of the.
Oh, it is okay.
The second side.
That's a fair enough.
Yeah,
shoot to kill. You know what that means?
Yes.
Shoot to kill.
Yeah, it's in the. You just said that. The one cop in the background's like, "Oh, thank God."
Shoot to kill.
Look at how happy Bob is.
Yeah, I love Sparks. All
the pretty lights.
You see the Prince concert later.
Guy's wearing a virtual boy.
Yes.
Like the animated series, the wardrobe and architecture could really take place in the 30s. Or it could take place in the, 1989.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've always loved and always kind of felt fit perfectly with Batman, that kind of pseudo noir.
Yeah, because he's kind of the most pulp hero that DC has. Him and say The Question would fit in that world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, if they made a Question movie set in this style, let's make
a Question movie, guys.
Oh, let's do it.
I'll be the Question. Or not. I mean, whatever. I'll direct. You can be the Question, John.
I want him taken alive. You know what that means. Take alive.
Shoot to kill. I mean, alive. I mean, shit.
One thing I love about this Batman outfit in particular is the logo. It's something that logo only appears in Batman 89. So it's because it's
not even Returns.
Not even Returns. This logo, and we'll get a good shot of it coming up. Just kind of a cool little Batman 89 thing.
He's trying to revive Frankenstein with all those gears and machinery.
There it is.
Oh, wow. I've never noticed that the bat symbol is a little unique there.
Because of the bottom stuff,
Yeah.
Got a cool shirt off eBay, which is the bat logo from this movie.
It sounds it always sounded like he had some weird dental thing in his mouth.
Yeah. So
I can't remember if we mentioned it earlier, but Jake, you're a connoisseur of all the different actors playing Batman in this movie.
Well,
and
yeah,
you're going to point out some of the places.
There's a scene coming up when they had a dancer in the bat suit because they wanted a fluid motion with the cape.
Did I tease that a little too early?
No, it's fine. It's actually coming up fairly soon.
I just wanted everyone to be ready to get.
Well, I mean,
some
that's the cool
knowledge
thing about
dropped on
you can have all these little scenes where. How much has Batman been practicing this with Alfred? Like the timing of this exact punch.
Yeah, right.
Like if he whiffed, he'd look really stupid.
Yeah.
All right, it's coming up right here. Like after Jack Napier turns up the stairs, this is a dancer right there. Just to get a cool little flip with the cape.
That is one of Batman's staple moves, though. The
cape flip.
Well, no, I mean the knuckle sandwich that he did
earlier.
I mean,
like that's
like,
the
looking
coolest
back,
thing in the world.
Yeah, there was actually a video that I saw on YouTube that was just like a super cut of just like every time he's done.
Oh, really?
That.
I gotta see that.
In I don't know if it included the movies as well, but it was like all the like animated ones.
I like this scene too because you see him put something away from his utility belt, like right here when he smacks it.
Yeah, disengage the batarang or the grappling hook. I feel so bad calling it a batarang. I'm gonna get people yelling.
Also, you get the first kind of smile coming up from bats. So that's what that feels like. Sorry, I had to do that.
One of the dumbest lines.
What's in Kingdom Come, and it works really well in that.
Yeah.
With old Bruce.
In the brace.
As written by Mark Waid.
Oddly enough, Aaron Eckhart would be
That's
in
right.
the second.
Here comes like an insanely like bloody, violent shot of basically Jack Napier getting his cheek busted open by a bullet.
Is that what happened here?
Yeah,
I never understood.
Ricochets off and blows his cheek open. Like see it in the comic.
Yeah. I always thought that I always thought that like it just ricocheted off and like
the glass
opened.
hit him?
Yeah, some glass hit him, or like that
it's
wasn't
all
like a
blown out
glass
right there.
gauge. That was like a glass like window to something, and like whatever it was sprayed on his face and was like eating away at his face.
Yeah.
Never in a million years thought that it was just a bullet bouncing off and hitting him in the face.
Yeah.
A little weird reverse shot there.
You can think of it like Batman has only spoken that one time in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I always loved more of the quiet Batman. And this is like really the last time you see him for a good chunk of the movie.
30 to 45 minutes, yeah.
I mean, they kind of
What's
know
the
he went
point of-
straight up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. What's the point of that gas cloud if they can still see?
Yeah, like
Where'd he go?
and I have to do this coming up. The scene scared the bejesus out of my brother. The scene right here. We would always have to fast forward it when we were kids. He's like 24 years old now and in the army, but I bet you still, if he watches that, there's a part
It's
of
like
him somewhere
it's
deep in his mind that's
like the
still
Large Marge scene
terrifies
for me.
him. Oh, well, that scene.
Well, there's a scene in Returns.
I'm so glad that
always
there's
does
like
it.
a consensus that like the Large Marge scene is terrifying.
Oh, yeah,
Marge
we'll
is-
get to the
yeah.
Batman Returns. I know exactly what part Sam's talking about.
Yeah, I
Batman
usually
Returns.
find an excuse to walk out of the room, but I won't
Actually-
be able to do it this time.
Oh, I know,
around.
there is. That's funny. I've seen Batman Returns like at least 3 times with Sam.
Yeah.
And every single time, we'll get to it as a teaser for you. There's a scene in that movie where Sam leaves the room, and I know exactly. It's so funny. Actually, there's a scene in that movie as well towards the end that terrified me as a kid. But
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
And this is where Alexander Knox pretty much lives for most of the movie until the parade scene.
Yeah, because nobody talks to him.
Yeah, I've been here for 3 days.
3 days.
I've had to live off coffee grounds.
Again, so much of my like life was shaped by this movie
Yeah.
that I was like, this would be the greatest, the funniest first date to go on. Would
Oh,
be like
I would
this
love it.
insanely long table, you know.
Yeah.
You pass the salt, and then like,
Although at the same time, I think like for the same reason. Like in my head, like I was like, I'll never have a table this long.
I know. Where am I ever going to get a table that long?
Yeah. Well, like I was like because of this movie, I would never.
Yeah.
Like, yeah
but it's also kind of sad though. Like, one, he doesn't. You know, like he says something like, I never know if I've ever been in this room before. But like that table, like who's going to ever sit at that table? You know.
Mm-hmm.
This does show a lot of different rooms of Wayne Manor.
Whereas you only get like maybe 2 rooms in Returns.
Mm-hmm. I do love the when they're decorating the Christmas tree. I love that room
with a massive fireplace.
Yeah, and Alfred's doing all the work.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you think I'm joking? Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. I eat all my meals in the cave. Let's go let Alfred think that he's people.
It's like spaghetti and like pork
Steak?
chop or peas. This is great seeing an embarrassed Batman.
Yeah.
Did you ever read when Michael Gough passed away, like Michael Keaton wrote this little letter about him, like a really, small but like heartfelt letter where he was like, my friend, my Alfred, like, whatever, and signed it like Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne or whatever, like, I always thought that was really kind of a neat thing.
Especially for Michael Keaton, who I feel like was kind of disillusioned.
I mean, he had every right to be, kind of, because people were just shitting on him, and then the next day it's like, oh, you're the greatest Batman, and he, one of the, earliest guys I can think of where people were like, what? Like Batman? But I think a lot of the success of the Christopher Nolan movies and then, the love of these movies for like guys our age and even younger, I think he's now, feeling pretty good about the Batman movies and his place with the Batman universe.
And you guys heard about the new movie that he's...
Birdman?
Yeah,
Birdman. It looks great.
I want to see it so
looks really
bad.
good.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, where he's basically... kind of like being like a cartoonish version of of what he could be doing right now if like his career had tanked after this.
Yeah.
But then he had multiplicity, so it was fine.
It all bounced. And Herbie fully loaded.
He's also in the new RoboCop.
Yeah, which I still haven't seen.
I liked it.
It's okay.
It's on demand. I could probably...
I mean, I own it on DVD if you want to borrow it.
Maybe I'll borrow it.
I'll gladly watch it. Here comes, like, maybe the best Joker laugh in the movie. No, the best Joker laugh in the movie is coming later, but this is a great introduction to the Joker.
The last laugh at the end where it's just the laugh box.
The scene
the
restaurant.
Restaurant / museum, yeah.
Like, but you see what I do backwards.
Mirror. I loved it when The Simpsons...
This is what I do after every haircut. I grab
Lisa's
the person
braces,
cutting my hair, and I go, mirror. And I start crying and
Your
laughing
mom
hysterically,
hates it.
and then I just leave the haircut place.
You don't even pay.
I just...
They're like, why do we keep letting him do
I'm
that?
running out of places to go to. Also, I love his laughs always bleed into the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a really dirty place for a surgeon.
Yeah, I mean, even for like a criminal surgeon, it looks like he's shitting on the walls or something.
Yeah. I wish they had like kind of like hinted at like him having a little bit of like psychosis before.
I think they do when
I
when
think
Bruce goes through his like kind of file, like.
Do they?
Yeah.
But there's no foreshadowing beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I wish they had just like maybe even just shown him having like an unhealthy bloodlust or something like that.
Some sort of like mean streak to him.
Yeah. Where you're just like, there's something really fucked up about this guy.
I'll rip your lungs out.
Yes.
I'm glad you're dead.
Bruce Wayne's up all night to get lucky. Apparently Jack Palance needs bank vault doors for his bathroom.
I mean, don't you?
I probably should, to be honest.
I always enjoyed this where he like starts dancing around while he's shooting him.
Yeah. And of course made famous recently in the Kick-Ass books and movies. Wait till they get a load of me.
Doesn't look like sugar lumps at all.
The Jack Palance school of standing is the most intense thing ever.
I also never got the woman subplot between the two of them as a kid.
That was right over the head.
Yeah. Even though he
he
has
says
this
they
little
basically
monologue.
say it right.
A woman.
Yeah.
Here it is.
He fell.
You've always wanted to say that.
I hope one day, this is so dumb, but I can say that with vigor towards somebody.
Fast forward to the VH1 Where Are They Now with us?
Mm-hmm.
It's are falling apart.
They're trying to get reunited.
Yeah. Well, we're all three of us are drunkenly slobbered in a bar somewhere, and you're like, your life won't be worth spent.
And then I kind of realized
Notice the smudged makeup on his neck.
Smudge on his neck.
Purple rain.
But
Jack Nicholson
his
actually
take was so good. They
is a
kept it
huge
in.
Prince fan. The thing I love about the Jack Nicholson Joker is I believe 100% he is absolutely insane. There's no real rationale at all with him. And I don't know if it was Jack Nicholson or someone involved with the movie that he was the uncle at Thanksgiving who tells really bad jokes and bad taste. That's how he plays it, that kind of thing.
I mean, he's more or less always been my favorite Joker.
I mean, I like his Joker. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Mark Hamill. Just
for sure,
the voice.
yeah.
He's got the perfect voice.
Perfect laugh too, in my opinion.
Oh my god, that is the laugh. That's the Joker laugh. And this fucking.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know, guys.
I don't.
It's not a workout. Because he's clearly not doing sit-ups like Rocky
I'm so
IV.
obsessed with being Batman that I've got to sleep like a bat. It's. Okay,
I feel like that's a
neat
studio.
visual.
Is that a studio
there's
note?
definitely a visual thing there. But
Yeah.
I feel like the studio's he's not bad enough. We need to include a scene where he looks more batty.
Because it does even feel kind of out of place.
Kind of looks like my grandma on that shot.
Oh my god.
Your grandma has green hair?
Yeah. Irish side.
I want to know how they got his cheeks like that. Is that just prosthetics?
Prosthetics,
that they taped on him?
This is a reoccurring thing because he makes Alfred come up with a lie to where he's going, right?
Yeah.
In Returns as well.
Think up a dirty limerick.
Nothing's wrong. I just want to hump and dump, baby. Poor Alfred, he doesn't even let in on this secret though. I always felt bad for Alfred when she confronts him.
He kind of blows this one here. So yeah, I guess they get that better communication in Batman Returns.
Yeah. Probably Bruce, when he gets back upstairs, Bruce is like, What the fuck did you do? You know me. God, his smile is still terrifying.
I think the non-makeup, actually technically the makeup Joker is more terrifying than the white face.
Is that Albert
It is
Einstein?
Albert Einstein. And Lex Luthor. Like, that's more terrifying than... I used to have a Joker figure where it was like watercolor, like it was a water thing, like
I
if the
remember
water
that
was
one,
heat or hot or cold,
yeah.
it would
That
change.
kind of reminds me of the Wolverine Origins version of Deadpool, where he's got like the eyes that are like the cutout eyelids, except for the fact that he can move his mouth.
I once ate at either Hollywood, Planet Hollywood, or somewhere where his guy's corpse was hung on top of us, which is the most unappetizing thing to be staring at when you're eating.
Right? Well, that's like the slaughtered lamb, how they have
two skeletons.
eating right next to each other.
Also, I would say this might be the most like insane, one of the most insane Joker moments in a movie or anything is him talking to this dead corpse and then talking back.
I always thought with these outfits and sunglasses, the Joker's henchmen look like California raisins.
Yeah.
Is that Goldberg in the background?
It is. Hasn't gone on his undefeated streak in WCW yet. I had always thought that like they had a rag with the white makeup on that he rubbed on his face.
Yeah.
But they actually had his normal Jack Nicholson face, the white face makeup, and then makeup on top of that. So he
Really?
was wearing
So he's
two
actually
layers.
wiping that
Yes,
off?
He's actually wiping that off.
Wow. Yeah, because I just assumed, like you did,
Yeah.
up until this point right now, that
Yeah.
he was just wiping.
So he has 2 layers of makeup on his face.
Jesus, no wonder he looks so sweaty. Oh, you know what? I think I can kind of see it right there, like along his jawline, or like by his ear. You know, I feel like that's like a lot of the references
Wait
that
for
I
the
make.
glasses shot.
Badass.
I feel like, but I feel like that's a lot of the references that like we make, like because he's making a reference to something that happened just between him and
Yeah, that's
the
true,
big
yeah.
boss. Like Bob technically has no idea that he's making a joke.
Bob's like, you know what? I'm in too deep, but I can't get out now. My boss is an absolute psychopath.
I'm just going to put on my sunglasses
Go
and
and
keep
take
on
some
riding.
pictures of Vicky Vale and Bruce Wayne, and not get any picture of those toys, and it'll lead to my death later on in this movie.
God, this is creepy.
Yeah.
Why aren't you laughing? Did you hear the punchline?
And everyone thought this was going to be like a fun, skin-tight Adam West Batman movie, and we just zoomed in on a burnt corpse.
We actually trucked in on a
Is that what it was? Okay.
yeah. Movie director here.
Day 2 of Alexander Knox living.
I like how he has like the accountant like sleeve.
Moonlights as like a guy working at a casino.
Yeah.
He's a blackjack dealer.
What are even the point of those little like sleeve tie thing? I don't even know what they're called. Sleeve collars.
I don't know, to keep a Derringer in there if you're in the Wild West.
It's to cut off the circulation so that you can hit heroin.
Yeah, it is the 80s.
And we're now about 45 minutes into the movie, and this is really the first reference to his parents being dead that we get.
Which is fine.
Yeah. No, I'm not complaining at all. It's not like Batman Forever where they mention it like every 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, though Batman Forever, that was a film ostensibly all about repressed memories and a plot line that was never completed.
True. The Two-Face doll. Some 80s sunglasses.
80s haircut.
80s movie.
It is cool though to see a obviously older, wiser Bruce Wayne who has fully devoted himself to that Batman promise that he made, still visit that site and really take everything in
Yeah.
and almost reflect on like
he's out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he gets it's lunch break.
They ran out of
The
coffee
one,
grounds.
he's at like the worst thing he could be. It's about this mass shootout
Yeah.
on the steps. Kind of very similar in Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Looks like old cranky Al Pacino behind him.
Oh, I hate these fucking press conferences. Hi, I was Big Boy Capri and Dick Tracy,
Nominated for an Oscar.
which I won for Scent of a Woman.
Hoo-ah.
Maximum Pacino.
That's right.
He would have won an Oscar in this.
The young Hal Jordan.
Yeah. All the mimes of Gotham
I love
City.
Michael Keaton's serious face, which is pretty much constant in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is to say Michael Keaton's
Michael
face.
Keaton's face, yes.
Yeah.
Bob the Goon.
Where do they
Fort
keep the machine guns?
That's somewhere in Fort Stewart is my Bob the Goon figure in our old house that is lost. It was lost in a move, which is a total bummer.
That's a shame.
Also, I'm sure you can get one of those jackets on like eBay or something.
Yeah.
The Joker jackets,
the California Raisin
cool.
jacket.
The California Raisin jackets.
Damn
yeah.
right.
I would totally
Because
get
Al
that and
Pacino's
then
still
like
looking bummed.
paint my car purple and just drive around.
Also, I'm pretty sure the sound effect coming up is the sound effect used in Adventures of Robin Hood.
The arrow.
I'm pretty sure it's the same exact one.
It's a very unique pen.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
That for me is like the most brutal death in the entire movie.
Yeah, it's that and the guy being electrocuted.
I've watched enough Three Stooges.
We're about to see Batman or Bruce Wayne basically get shot in the arm and not care.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never really.
I mean, I guess when they go back to Wayne Manor, Alfred like sticks his finger and it looks like it's like, it obviously is more of like a
Flesh wound or
it just pierced or just flung off the side.
And
or
it does show
maybe he's
that-
wearing a heavy coat. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like in his arm.
It shows how captivated he is by seeing his parents kill her too. What do you think
Yeah.
of the Joker being?
Here's the
never really
thing.
liked that.
I love the idea, and this is one of those classic fan theories, that Batman visualizes whoever he's fighting to be the murderer of his parents to give him more reason to go after that person. So say if he was fighting Two-Face, he would visualize Harvey Dent as the person who killed his parents. Obviously, that's not what they had. I don't think they were thinking that when
They
they
were
made
going
this
This is a
little
little
movie.
more
literal.
intense version.
Yeah. But for the sake of the movie, that's fine. I mean, in the comics, obviously, it's I like the idea of it being an unnamed person myself in the comics, but for this movie, I'm totally fine with it. Starbucks Alfred. Starbucks Alfred.
It's one of my favorite
We
lines.
see his Starbucks Alfred in Batman 66, and yet he's still rocking it in Batman 89.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the one thing they kept.
Yeah, see, there's the bullet. Oh.
Ooh.
Batman is still an 8-year-old.
Why don't you marry her?
Yeah.
And this is when he launches into a big song. If not now, when?
I don't know.
Very My Fair Lady.
Basically, do my job for me. Thank you.
World's greatest detective.
World's greatest detective. Alfred Pennyworth.
It's like, yes, sir, and I'm going to marry her.
Sweet apartment, Vicky Vale, for a photojournalist in basically New York City.
Isn't she like only in town for a little bit too, or is she?
Yeah, she's. I forget.
She's a famous photojournalist, right?
Yeah, for
Covering,
filming the war footage in Corto Maltese,
Wow, Mr. Backstory here.
which is also the fictional Latin American country in Die Hard 2
and mentioned in.
and Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns.
But-
I thought that's where you're going with that.
oh wait a minute, no. In Die Hard 2, it's Valverde, which is the same fictional country in Commando. Sorry.
God. Can't believe
Can't
you
be called
just-
Geek Out anymore.
That's it. I'm just stopping it right now.
The Joker in his free time, he has like the glue,
He loves
like a
crafts.
bucket. He has like a bucket that you go to the beach with, filled with like highlighters and markers. Those jackets are so cool.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
He's actually talking about the guy behind Vicky Vale, but
I love that he's got the like the Jim Aparo Joker on his jacket.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, his cufflinks cards.
Yes. They look like aces from
Yeah.
here.
The Ace of Spades.
Actually, it looks like a diamond to me.
God, no, it's not red.
Is it? Is it?
No, it's definitely not red.
You're not red.
I know.
Better dead than red.
I like this cut right here. He's like, eh. So we're almost about an hour in. What do you think of like the pacing of this movie?
I think it's paced pretty well.
Yeah. Pretty evenly.
Yeah.
I mean, even for Basically Batman's been shown up twice, really.
Oh, by
And
the
it's
way,
still,
here's another.
Albert Einstein,
No,
Doc Brown.
yeah,
no. The Laserdisc.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. I can't remember if it's the beginning or end of this scene, but this scene was a bookend.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, no. This is that was the end.
And this is that's
yeah,
like
this
a
is the
cut.
first.
Okay. So at least it's not like
Wow, they must have cut Batman on Laserdisc better than they cut Star Wars.
Oh my God! You remember watching Star Wars with me on Laserdisc? Star Wars on Laserdisc is cut so
Really?
poorly.
Yeah,
Virtually
it seems to be
mid
cut pretty
scene.
well.
Yeah.
No, I want to say there are at least 2 instances on Star Wars where it's cut. Like they actually like cut a line.
jeez,
Yeah, or
Those
might as well
are
have.
terrifying photos.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to be terrified.
Why was
Good.
job well done, Tim Burton and team.
Mayor Borg.
Resistance is futile. Nerd. The director here always kind of creeped me out.
Because he looks like a rat.
Renee Montoya. I guess she works for the Gotham City Police Department.
He got those cutouts real quick of the models.
Yeah.
Well, these like the commercials are so creepy because like he has like these people he's abducted to do this to, and that one guy's still alive, and he's like he's been using Brand X, that whole thing. Like, what is he gonna do to that guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, we know.
messed up things.
Oh no!
Makes a guy wonder how long he's been at this. Like, what's the amount of time that's passed
Yeah.
since he became the Joker?
Yeah. Because they do mention he, like, understands, I don't know, is it physics or
chemistry,
chemistry and stuff.
Which even better place for that chapter break to be, because then you like even feel like
time has passed. Yeah.
I always like the idea of intermissions,
Yeah.
like or like act breaks or whatever.
I love in Help.
And hell yeah, that's the best intermission of all time.
The only time I can remember recently going to a movie, it's not that recent, was when
I feel like those are
Arabia.
I feel like those are just regular pictures of Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Here's some of the,
Well, that could be anyone.
Did they include the Oxford comma?
Who gives a fuck about an Oxford comma?
That was actually a semi-legitimate question.
I wasn't paying attention. I was more so reading.
To be fair, I mean, there is a bit of The World's Greatest Detective in this movie where he figures out the the chemistry.
How bad do these people need makeup, by the way?
Yeah.
If
obviously, oh god.
I mean, like, I understand, like, it's part of, like, they don't know what to use because they're terrified that they'll be killed by Smilex. But like, this guy has, like,
two zits.
He apparently can't dry shave. She apparently can't comb her hair.
They go to full effect on this one.
Well, probably because she can't use like conditioner, so her hair is frizzed out.
Sure. That infamous Gotham City humidity.
I mean, if it's anything like New York, it probably has terrible humidity.
Probably, actually. I was there, last month, and it was hot as hell.
Yeah.
Got like 3 shirts on.
World's greatest detective. So here he's putting makeup on over his makeup.
I mean, yeah, I think so. Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah, that or Stalin. God.
Probably Stalin. The way
In Gotham City.
This is such a weird-looking restaurant.
/ museum.
Yeah.
She does call it a museum on the phone.
Yeah,
that's true.
To her defense.
I mean, it's probably just like a cafeteria in a museum. Most museums, or some of the museums in DC have that.
That's true. All right, fine, museum.
Museum.
Yeah.
I've only been to the location in Roslyn before they moved to the Penn Quarter.
Yeah. Now it's called the Artodome or Artisphere or something like that. I've been there now that it's the Artisphere. It's great commentary for Batman.
Well, to be fair, she's waiting for, Batman or Bruce Wayne to show up, so
Yeah.
we got a minute here.
The Flugenheim
Museum.
Parody of the Guggenheim.
This is Tim Burton's handwriting, by the way.
It's great handwriting.
Right there.
Ah.
It's maybe not the best handwriting.
That's fine. He types everything. If I were going to get a gas mask, I would want to have this. Actually, that looks about on par with my handwriting.
That kind of looks exactly like my handwriting, too.
That means we're creative.
Is it?
And intelligent.
And we'll have a chance with Helena Bonham Carter.
Sure. And Johnny Depp.
Remember in Planet of the Apes when she kisses Mark Wahlberg in the end of the movie?
And she's an ape. Yeah.
Yes.
Such comical passing out.
Don't lean on the railing. It's a really good thing they got that to her when they did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was urgent.
His feet up in the air like you just don't care.
I like how they kind of look like priests.
because of the card lapels.
And this is
There we go.
the consensus for the favorite Prince song in the movie, right?
I think Party Man is probably in this movie. Yes,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Party Man or Trust are the two big ones. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Party Man.
I usually go with Trust, but I can.
Trust is good, but they have
I can enjoy.
right when the song cuts off is a little breakdown they do is pretty great.
Kilroy was here.
I would love a print of this painting with Joker was here drawn on it
Yeah,
or painted on it, I guess. I love the fact that he does faux ballet.
Pirouette.
like if you stop and think about it, this scene is crazy. This is in a Batman movie, but it's great.
Oh, look at that! The handprints aren't on that painting. The ones that he just did.
Time traveling.
Bad editing. Hack editors.
His legs are still up.
Your legs are still up. Handprints still aren't on that painting. There they are.
Happy now.
Yeah, I am. Party man.
I always thought he was saying "Pardon me."
Yeah. Well, that was weak.
No. You see him reshaking it.
The one thing Bob wanted to mess up.
Figure with Meat by Francis Bacon. For anyone interested.
I would love to be one of the extras in this scene in the background who have to have their face in food for the entire scene. And they cut back a couple times, obviously, that dude back there. They just got to sit back there for the entire scene with face in their food.
I would love to have this lighter that
Yes.
he's about to use.
Yes.
Impressive that he's able to get all three candles even though they're at different heights.
Yeah.
That middle one just has a really long wick.
It's got to be.
I hear that a lot.
So she's like a fashion photojournalist, and then she does war zones too.
Well, yeah. You gotta
Diversify.
yeah.
Guy's still a champ in the background. That's all people do.
I love his hat. His lips look so creepy. That line always makes me laugh.
I would like to think Batman is already there, and he's on top of the roof, just waiting for the perfect moment to jump down. Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
No. I love that his whole plan is to just become an artist. By the way, the Joker. I keep forgetting that his whole speech right here is just I want to be an artist.
Yeah.
And I want you to take my
I'm going to
pictures.
kill people, and then I'm going to put my face on the $1 bill. The $1 bill.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the most
not
printed
that bad.
bill.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's really not that bad.
But the idea that he did that to her,
Well,
This
and
line
is
always
proud
makes
of
me
it.
laugh. You're insane. It's I thought it was a Pisces. This is my favorite Joker laugh of all time coming up. where after she throws the water on his face. Like, I don't know if Jack Nicholson can even recreate this laugh.
I actually thought like that was really hurting him. Yeah. That's a great laugh. Finally, he's like, you know what? That'll be a good entrance.
Yeah, that's it. Whenever my brother and I would play like action figures as a kid, we always had to have a scene where Batman jumped through a skylight. Because again, my life is like dictated by this movie so much.
Hence why you love Prince.
It's funny, I didn't love Prince until like years and years after I saw this movie. Little jump right here. I was lucky enough to see probably not that Batmobile, but a Batmobile, like that Batmobile, at a car show.
That's my Batmobile, man.
Nice. Yeah, mine too.
It's man.
They bring that around to a lot of Comic Cons. It's either that one
really?
or the 1966
They
one.
had a guy dressed up in the Batman Returns outfit and a woman dressed up in the Catwoman outfit.
You know, there's a dude who lives around here somewhere that has like a limo that's done up.
That's really
with
cool.
like the fins and whatnot from this one. He also owns a replica of the 66.
That's really the 66
Nice.
Batman is really
When
cool.
I worked at the auto shop that's over there, he would get his car serviced with us.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. Also a dude with a DeLorean.
Oh, very cool.
Was the license plate out of time?
No, it was like 88 mph.
Of course.
So at least it was still kind of a reference. Just not the right one. Hey, the Monarch Theater.
Everything takes place around the Monarch Theater.
What is this? American Werewolf in London? Mixed with a little bit of one of the Final Destination movies?
2.
Yes.
There's a shot of a guy coming up who like watches the Batmobile pass, and they kind of show him. I always thought that would have been a great place to have Bob Kane. That's just a tiny cameo.
Or your celebrity cameo.
Yeah,
from...
it actually doesn't come till later. I'm sorry, but
oh, way to ruin it.
yeah, I know I spoiled that part. Crap.
Get rid of your expensive shoes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Look at the way he's... I gotta hold the cape. I never had it, but one of my friends had the Batmobile that has like the plastic thing that you put on top of it to make it look like
Very
it has
cool,
the
yeah.
shield.
It kind of looks like the animated Batmobile, like the
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh, very much. Yeah. Vicky Vale screaming at everything she can.
God. What is she, the lady from Temple of Doom?
And this is a lady that we try to establish early on in the film as a strong character that goes into war zones.
Well, yeah, she's seen war, but she's never seen the Joker. I love that...
And his California Raisin Men.
Yeah. I love that his grappling hook just like flips out.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have to like grab a pouch or something like that. This isn't Rob Liefeld's Batman.
Little pellets, and they open up.
I love how his grappling hook is able to get him about halfway up, and then it like craps out because she's too heavy. Not like, oh, it's struggling the whole way, and it's like, no, it's going fine. It's going fine. Oh, no.
Man, it's a good thing nobody shot him in the face.
Right?
Yeah, right. Oh, Bob. Human.
What?
Human.
He's human?
I always, and I don't know if this is intentional or not, but the fight scene coming up, there's a couple times where he hits somebody and the flash goes off, like here. Or not here, sorry. Where I feel like it's a little Batman 66 thing, like the pow and bam, like there and there.
I'm sure it
I
is
don't know,
like
I
a
just
little
thought-
nod to it.
That's what I always thought when I... This guy's been waiting in the back.
Finally, my time.
Remember to park here, guys, because I have to do my front flip.
With my really
This is where
wobbly,
you get
bendy
some of
swords.
the ninja shit that Batman learned. Put into play. Very Raiders of the Lost Ark moment coming up.
That was always so cool.
Yeah.
Again, you just get to see him, be a ninja. And he's kind of like, I had enough of this shit.
Oh!
Again with his kicks. Kicks
Yep.
of justice.
His kicks, man. That's awesome.
Bob, you little bitch.
But I also love like his little like cape thing where he'll have his cape flip back sometimes. Then he has the cape covering straight down. Like gives a total different kind of like
Visual.
either the aggressive like on the defense or the offense kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like an open look or
How
Yeah.
convenient that he knew that the road.
Oh,
had
here's the
been
guy.
cleared.
I thought that would be a perfect spot to have Bob Kane like watch the Batmobile drive by him.
Yeah.
watch his own
'Cause, he was
creation.
luckily still around to be able to see this movie when it came out.
He saw all the way through forever.
Yeah.
And that's what killed him.
Yes. Ah.
I love this. Vicky feels like,
Now this scene coming up, I think, is one of the coolest scenes. That'll like just
Yeah.
kind of shows off the Batmobile with the score is like
Whenever I drive
On
through
par.
Clifton or Fairfax Station, which is a really wooded area if you don't know the terrain and you're listening, I always blast this soundtrack.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean. This is what I always think of when I'm driving around there too.
Well, my brother, when he picked me up from work one day and he bought a Dodge Charger, all black, and we were going to like grab Taco Bell or something. It was dark. It was like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I get in the car and what he has blasting is this like the entire way. We kind of same kind of thing driving through the area. Kind of like a weird little dance with the Batmobile. Set to
A
the
bat dance.
immortal. Here you go, to the immortal Danny Elfman theme. There's a bit of the Batman 66 tunnel
Yeah.
kind of thing opening. But I love how he has a light installed right here for the sole purpose to blind Vicky Vale. Like there's no other reason that light would be there except for him to do this. And also he has to be like on his game to stop the Batmobile at the exact moment or else they are falling over the edge.
Yeah.
Like watch seriously how close. He gives himself no room for error when he stops this thing.
He probably
Like or else you're done.
yeah.
Also,
Maybe-
he gives her the heads up, like a moment before, a moment like later, she would have fallen over the edge and died.
Yeah.
But he turns the light on right when.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's like a
Yeah.
bottomless pit like
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, bats! Oh, okay.
Great survivors. That's why I keep one of them caged. Show that son of a bitch who's boss.
Clint Eastwood is now Batman.
Clint Eastwood is Batman. He was approached for Superman in the 70s.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that, though?
Up and away. Now,
So you've shot me
Chris, I
6
know-
times, and all the bullets have bounced off me.
It's
You're
more
gonna-
of like the director mindset and stuff. This is
Yeah.
a scene that I love. The lighting in the scene.
Yeah.
Obviously, right here they're not lighting his eyes, but there are a couple shots coming up where it's solely lit.
Sorry, the way he just like kind of inches away.
Yeah, like,
just
stop looking at me. Well, it's great because he realizes if anyone looks at him too long or he speaks too long, like
They
they
probably
could put it
figure it out,
together.
yeah.
Yeah, which is why he has that light installed in the Batmobile.
Yeah.
But there's a couple shots coming up that really highlight the eyes that I really like a lot.
Stop looking.
Like I think this is the first one here.
Now there's wide shots with the eyes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then this scene right here, he turns around and it's all just the eyes. I think it's great.
I know that it's been around a lot longer, but I call that the Morticia Addams lighting because that's how she's always lit in like the Addams Family movies,
Oh.
where she like there's a heavy focus on her eyes, or at least that's the first time I noticed it. I love it. It's beautiful. If I had better lighting rigs, I would do that a lot more often.
Oh, you know Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale.
Likes
Any
Bruce
other
Wayne.
Chuck fans around here?
I never actually watched that show.
One of his first lines is just going Vicky Vale because the female lead, I forget who she is, but she kind of like has that same kind of look.
Oh, okay.
And someone someone's like, "Oh, hey, you see that new hot girl? Blah blah blah. She looks a lot like Vicky Vale," and he starts rapping that, and like she walks up to, and he's like,
And now I'm gonna have to watch Chuck.
Yeah,
Because of that reference.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
it's actually a pretty
Is that
good
on
show. I
Netflix?
didn't.
Sweet.
I didn't keep up with it.
After
for
True
very
Detective Sam.
Yeah. All right.
I think I only got 2 seasons into it, but it's actually really good. My mom and dad kept watching it up to the end, and they were like, "Oh, we love it so much." And, I've been thinking about watching it.
It ran for 5 seasons, I think.
Yeah. Oh, is that where he's
And
held
Timothy
up
Dalton's
for
in it
3
too,
days?
right?
Yep. Batman cracked the Joker's poison code.
World's greatest detective.
Means this dude can finally start washing his face again. God.
It's just like
You can get imported cleaning products from other places.
You can still use water to wash your
Exactly,
face.
yeah.
Can they? You don't
There's
know what's
TV
in the
number
tap
2
water.
he's about to destroy.
Man spends a lot of money on TVs. He doesn't like power buttons.
He doesn't have remote controls.
Remote control.
Did I say Wiimote?
No. I was just thinking of a
This movie's nominated for a Grammy. Or maybe it was. I don't know. Prince.
yeah.
Decent chance.
No, I was just doing a throwback to a Sugar Ray song.
Oh.
Oh right. D.
I think I made that exact same joke when we watched this on the 25th anniversary. It's cold.
How many layers is
World's greatest detective. It's cold. I think there was a laserdisc break there too.
Okay.
Which is why this
Again,
scene
that's a good.
always fucked with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wow, there's such a big change.
Yeah, it goes from like Batcave to bright, sunny, happy Vicky Vale apartment.
Yeah, and then
Always
Bruce Wayne goes nuts.
I'm the asshole who always says the line, "Hey, nice place you got here, lots of space." Whenever I walk in any kind of like apartment,
That's fine. I always
Just always
reference
gotta do
So
it.
I Married an Axe Murderer with like, oh man, this place would look great with a giant oversized poster of Atlantic City. Oh, you got one. Except I usually like pick something that's actually in the room. It's not always the Atlantic City. Because I'm smart.
So yeah, Bruce Wayne is all about layers.
In this movie, yeah, he's
Yes.
got like
Well, it's chilly and humid.
yeah.
Whoa.
I remember my mom saw that scene once. She's like, "He is so rude."
He is aggressive.
Can I take off a few layers because I'm wearing like
It's
4?
sweating my ass off.
Really
I do
hot.
like seeing
How-
him struggle with like, how do you say this to somebody? Like, how do you
Yeah.
tell somebody you're Batman?
Yeah.
And you get to even say that moment where she's leaving. He's like, "I'm Batman. I'm Batman." Like, you
Yeah.
just say it like this.
He's just looking in a mirror. Vicky Vale, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Vicky Vale, I'm Batman.
Gotta get rid of those layers. And he has a vest on. Like, man,
A vest that doesn't fit.
I know.
On.
A vest and a straight tie, not a bow tie. Usually,
It's more, yeah.
if you're rocking a vest, usually it's.
Certainly one that baggy.
I know they yelled at me at prom when I wanted to do a straight tie and a vest because I was like, I don't like bow ties. I think I look dumb in them.
yeah.
My grandfather only wears bow ties. Those are the only kind
Really?
of ties he wears.
Well, maybe he doesn't look dumb in them like I do.
I suppose. I have no basis for comparison.
Just accept that I look dumb in them. Just say it, Bruce.
Kiss the girl. Whoa, whoa.
My oh my. Don't be shy, you wanna kiss the girl. Da-da-da.
Whoa.
When a man loves a woman,
Here it is.
Alfred wants to marry you. I'm Batman.
Why is there pictures of naked women in the hallway?
Why aren't there pictures of naked women in your hallway?
It's kind of funny, like Bruce and the Joker say the exact same thing when they walk into it.
Now, when you say it, do you say it like like Bruce or like the Joker?
Yeah, that the Joker.
That's why you don't get asked out on too many
I
second
know.
dates.
Nice place you got here.
Now,
Lots of space.
Bruce is assuming that the Joker's going to shoot him in the super baggy vest.
Yes. What if you shot me in the face? Yeah, what if you shot me in the face?
What if anyone shoots him
That's
in the
a
face?
risk we were willing to take. Also, as you'll see, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. The bullet clearly like goes in like an inch. Like he would be, there'd be a
Bleeding,
puncture
yeah.
wound,
Yeah.
definitely.
At least bruised.
Although, bullets bounce off him, I guess, because it happened earlier.
There's a nice little quick zoom there that you almost don't notice.
Yeah.
Vicky Vale screaming at everything because Vicky Vale screams at everything.
Yeah, she must have been terrible in that country with the war.
Yeah.
Whatever fake country it was.
Corto Maltese.
Sure. Puerto Vallarta. That's a fake country, right?
Valverde.
Like he just turns the music off. Like you think it's actual music, that's soundtrack, and you just realize it's actually just the music playing in that
Party
room.
man.
Yeah. He does a really weird like rocking move here. He kind of looks at him and then like rocks backwards and looks like he's about to fall over. Watch. Like he's in a chair.
Lean with it, rock with it.
Yeah,
like there was someone just
Yeah,
off screen going,
yeah.
"Whoa, you
Yeah.
don't get out of the frame." Seriously, they do look like priests. Especially that one. I think I
Have
had
you
a priest
seen?
that looked like him.
Actually, I'll save it for when actually says the line. But
Just randomly has a picture of a dude with someone's naked back.
this is probably the most angry I've ever seen. I can think of seeing
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton in a movie.
I don't know. He gets pretty angry in Beetlejuice. That he says, "Come on," just like that in Beetlejuice
Yeah.
too.
Also,
Come
have
on.
you seen the picture they have on the internet? It's Batman and the Joker at a grocery store getting nuts, like buying nuts.
No,
It's pretty great. I'll just show. I think I have it on my phone. I'll show
So
it to you
he
later.
says that to all his prey. That's the first prey he says that to, and he's killed like a shitload of people at this point.
He doesn't say it to Eckhart, right?
Nah.
He says, "Think about the
or
future."
Grissom.
or Grissom, yeah,
Yeah.
Or Electrocution Man. Or
Feather Dude.
Yeah. He has like phrases, but he never uses that one.
God, Joker, be consistent.
he is crazy.
You're crazy.
Damn right.
That's some high-waisted mom jeans.
I used to have a professor in college that wore checkered jeans like that. Not quite that color, but we all called them, to his face, Joker pants. And I remember on one of the student evaluations, one of the students gave him a favorable evaluation, but in the comment line, he was like, "You need to wear the Joker pants more often." Thank God that wasn't plastic.
Yeah. Funny if that was from
What
Bruce.
a terrible feint.
Yeah. It'd be funny if that was actually from Bruce, though, like not the Joker.
Yeah.
Day 4.
While you were out entertaining, I've been here for 4 days.
4 days.
Oh, do you have microfiche? Wow, then we're taking it back to the 80s, aren't we? There it is.
Well, I mean, this was made in the 80s, so.
I wish you could see what the date was on that newspaper.
If I were the props guys, I would have made it the first publication date of the Detective Comics 26.
Yeah. Or 27.
Was it 27?
Yes.
Nerd card revoked.
It's been revoked. Bruce Wayne's been like that for 4 days as well.
Yeah.
4 days.
Alfred tending to the suit.
Alfred really does do all the work.
Yeah.
There is that scene in Returns where you see him working on the car, though, like Bruce working on the car.
Yeah. And Bruce's little DJ action, too.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Don't remind
Tell us, you like that scene, right, Chris? We're going to talk about that when we watch the movie.
Wiki wow, wiki wow, wiki wow, wow, West.
Desperado.
That's the same people who made the door for
Grissom's bathroom.
You know what?
Their lives won't be worth spit.
Yes.
I'm gonna custom build a house when I'm rich and famous.
Yeah.
And all the doors are gonna be bank vault doors.
Yeah.
Rest of the house is gonna be like standard wood, but the doors will be bank vaults.
Got like the Mr. Rogers thing going on, like, oh, hey neighbor.
He's got like an inside sweater
Yeah.
and a red trolley that runs through his house randomly.
And
It'd
his
be
indoor
purple
shoes.
and green.
Yeah.
I also love he's always wearing gloves, so you never see his hands.
Yeah. Probably because they didn't want to take the time. I love how they're all looking.
Yeah,
over
looking
in
at,
that
like, they're looking
as if
at
they can
the-
see the TV. I always wondered, like, which TV is what the Gothamites are seeing. Like, are they looking at everyone just staring?
Everyone's looking at 4 TVs in Gotham.
Is that Joey Ramone right there?
Or Nikki Sixx?
No, well, there you go. Never mind.
That cop is on duty.
Playing cards.
It's like kind of a nice outfit he's wearing. Everything fits pretty well,
He's not overly layered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruce
The fashion
Wayne.
of-
Bruce Wayne, Steve Jobs.
Yes.
Steve Jobs totally copied his look from
You had posted something where it's like
the side by side.
Michael Keaton standing up in like the
In that.
turtleneck Michael Keaton, and then you have like Steve Jobs.
Yeah, that was.
And it's like it's the exact same.
It makes sense. Steve Jobs, ascended to power right around this
Billionaire
time.
and
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
He has lots of little toys.
Creator of toys.
My parents are dead.
If you notice that the earlier shots of Monarch Theater, they had Footlight Frenzy as the main marquee movie. So does that mean they just only show Footlight Frenzy, or did it go out of business?
it seems like it's pretty.
It's a hit.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's pretty torn down and
Decrepit.
yeah.
Dilapidated, one might
Maybe
argue.
this was the last thing they ever showed, and they just booked it.
Or it's just the last thing Bruce always sees. Time freezes.
Tim Burton's actually really trying to show you that this entire story is all playing out in Bruce's head.
No,
It's all a fantasy.
Who actually brings the popcorn out of the theater?
I've never done that. I don't think I've ever brought popcorn home.
Yeah, my mom used to do that with University Mall popcorn because she's like in love with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the best popcorn in the known universe.
They really did get a guy that looks like young
Yeah, they
Jack
really- yeah.
Nicholson. And I'm assuming that's young Bob Lagoon.
I guess because he says,
Yeah.
the whole "Come on, Jack, let's go" like thing.
Lost half the pearls.
Now, the pearls are made famous pretty much from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, right?
Year one?
Dark Knight Returns came out before Year One.
It did. Does it show up in Returns?
Yeah, he has that when he's walking the streets, the flashback.
Walking the streets of Memphis.
When I was walking through Memphis.
There's that smile.
That make me. I don't even know what I was saying there. Well, that makes Jack Napier how old? 50s, you would say?
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Yeah. I think at this point, Alfred's like, enough with this shit. I'm bringing her down here.
Alfred like does not
like,
give.
Bruce doesn't listen to it.
Fuck.
Yeah, Bruce doesn't listen to him the entire movie. And he's like, all right, here you go. Deal with this problem right now.
Yeah. Well, like Alfred, like how did Alfred make it to Batman Returns? Like first he fucks up the cover, like I'm going out on business, and then he breaches the Batcave
circle of trust.
Yeah. Steve Jobs is very upset.
I do love a couple things about this scene. I love when he's like, I got to go to work. That little line. Also, a scene that was never shot, at least I don't think it was ever shot, but obviously never put in the movie or in deleted scenes, was Michael Keaton's idea was there would be a shot of him maybe during this scene or before he goes out to be Batman where he sits down and meditates. And he's still in the Bruce Wayne outfit. And so he closes his eyes and meditates for a second or two. And when he opens his eyes, he's not in the suit, but you can tell that he's Batman before you even put the suit on because he puts himself in a mental state, which I think was really cool and kind of a cool thing for Michael Keaton to come up with. Unfortunately, it was never in any of the movies.
The Alfred letting Vicky Vale into the Batcave was not originally part of the script by Sam Hamm.
Yeah.
And he disliked it so much that he briefly references it in Batman Returns.
I do love that scene.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, Vicky Vale in the Batcave. I'm turning around and go, oh, hey, Vicky.
Hey, Vic.
Yeah.
Which is such a great, like, you can tell Michael Keaton, like, loved that little...
Yeah. Little
very
self-referential.
Michael Keaton moment.
Like even as a kid, I was like, "What the hell are they doing?" And then like Batman Returns comes along, and I'm like, "Yeah, even
yes.
Batman agrees with me."
The suit up scene, classic.
Where's the butt shot? Where's the butt? Oh,
Not yet.
No nips either.
wrong director. Oh, I'm Batman. And here was a scene change. Or a disc
So all the
change.
scene changes were pretty stellar for the
Yeah.
for
For Batman,
Yeah,
sure.
for Batman.
Batman doesn't use guns.
Hey, that same like shooting the door to sneak underneath or sneak through it was also used in Aliens, James Cameron style.
We now know that in armor mode, the Batmobile can withstand a megaton bomb. And apparently all the hubcaps are in armor mode are megaton bombs.
Batman also does not kill. Oops. How many bombs did he put in this place?
Well, it's full of chemicals.
You're full of chemicals.
Dang it! No,
It's a fact. How dangerous is this to release all these chemicals into the
River?
air?
The
And
river, too, yeah.
I mean, they were already dumping into the river.
True.
I read a funny thing about the fallout that would have happened in Dark Knight Rises with the nuclear bomb. It would have just affected everyone in Gotham City.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You
it
have,
was still too
chemical
close.
spreading. Yeah. Not amused at all. Here comes Big Prince song number 2.
Where does he get these wonderful toys? I want to have a parade in my honor. I think that would be the biggest, like, stroking your ego, like, just to have, like...
Your own parade.
Yeah.
I just love the dance he does.
Yeah. I would totally reference this in my parade if I had one. Maybe sing Donka Shane, too. Mark my words, it's going to happen someday.
Complete.
How did that balloon get behind him?
Well, he has multiple balloons.
But not all of them are that kid.
The Joker with the clown with the long nose.
Yeah. It was originally the first thing, and then it was behind him in that shot.
I would love to have like a prop dollar from this.
Yeah.
Any prop, really, from this movie.
Oh, that's true. The suit,
sure.
the Batmobile.
Yeah. The
Joker jacket.
Wayne Manor.
Honestly, the one thing I would
Wayne
love,
Manor.
yeah.
See, there it is behind him again.
Yeah.
The one thing I would love is I would love to have the suit. I think it's
Oh, sure.
The bat
the
suit.
coolest suit. I love
Just like,
this is my
do you
favorite.
watch Parks and Recs?
No.
Oh, because one of the characters is a big nerd, and the one episode is just all about like treating yourself. Like everybody needs like a day to just like treat themselves, and these two characters do it once a year, and this one other character like goes along with them for one of them, and they're like, "Come on, man! Well, if you could have anything, what would you have?" Cut to him standing there in a replica of this
Really?
bat suit.
Yeah, Adam Scott. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Watch. There's a dollar bill that's gonna land on the brim of his hat and stay there for the entire scene. Which like you couldn't try.
good continuity.
You couldn't like do it again if you tried. That's pretty hilarious. To have to check that. I mean,
Yeah, Parks and Rec, man. After that first season, it gets so
I'm
good.
like halfway through the first season, but it's kind of I just go back and forth.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Watch other things and watch an episode.
I mean, I love Aziz Ansari. That was the main draw for me of that show.
We did meet him.
Yeah.
I have this. I have the Batmobile, but I also have this
I had like the hot
toy
toys.
somewhere. I have the one that you could take the wings off and
Oh,
it
yeah.
becomes like a mini Batmobile.
I had the Batmobile from Returns where the sides would pop out and it would be the little
Bat Pod.
penis.
Okay. Here, watch the dollar bill stays on his head.
One take, man.
I mean, eventually it falls off, obviously, but
You fall off. Trust. The Batman. Nah. Yeah, there it just fell off. I saw it. Well, I mean, that's all like one shot.
Yeah.
yeah, no, but it's the idea of like, that one actually
Yeah.
falls on his brim, and they're just like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah. You keep going. You're in the zone.
That guy's right next to him. He's like, "Baz, put him on right now."
I love this remote control.
Everything's color coded. See, that's when you run. When he starts driving,
Yeah.
he says lines like that. He actually said, "If you see what I have to work with here."
Where does the gas come out?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Why
the
does it look like
holes.
it's inflating?
Oh, shit. Keep taking pictures.
Yeah, she's a journalist.
Now we pretty much see Alexander Knox's death.
Yeah. The
but
only
then,
thing
of course,
is,
they bring him back.
the difference is instead of seeing him bruised and groaning in the trash, you see him with a Joker smile dead on the street.
Yeah.
Which you can see in the special features on the DVD and Blu-ray. Get out of here, you
Yeah.
damn California raisins. I have no idea what their plan
Looks
is
like it's
here.
farting. Huh? Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, why is he still holding on to it?
Yeah.
He's afraid of Alexander Knox, a vicious psychopath with a baseball bat.
The Gotham Gazette Ripper.
I would love if, like, you cut to the inside of the cockpit and he's listening to Prince.
Dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
Vicky Vale loves Batman. Vicky Vale loves Batman. He's just like, yep. Yep.
Just Darling Nikki playing on loop.
Yes.
Or Purple Rain.
Yeah. This entire scene is cut to Purple Rain, and he's just like listening as like he's like getting all the balloons and driving off.
Seriously, it looks like it's inflating.
It's about a pop.
Just like thunder. Big Trouble in Little China.
That's one of the most insane deaths.
Yeah, he's supposed to die, like, right...
So Vicky Vale kills him?
Basically.
Well, she doesn't help,
Yeah.
really. And,
He's originally supposed to be, like, with a Joker grin. Which they actually filmed. But then Tim Burton's like, maybe we could use him in a sequel. And then they don't actually use him in the sequel.
My Luft balloons.
I love how he uses a guy to step on his back right here. I guess he uses two guys. He uses steps. Maybe the most quoted line from this movie.
I always thought it was, where does he get those beautiful toys?
Yeah.
Or wonderful toys, or whatever the hell it is.
This scene really makes no sense, but damn it, is it cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's actually this cover for the Danny Elfman
Boop.
soundtrack.
Yep.
So cool.
According to Kevin Smith, when he saw it in theaters, that got a standing ovation.
Like I said, it's just...
I don't know.
It's cool.
It's cool, but I
I
don't know
don't
if
know
it's
if
standing ovation cool.
It's cool. It's very cool.
People in movie theaters do weird things.
I remember when I saw The Avengers once, like, people would clap at all the big character moments, and it's like, that's a movie full of fucking character moments.
Yeah. When I saw the Riff Tracks live the other day, or the other week,
Yeah.
people were, like, hooting and hollering and, like, clapping and stuff like that. It's like, I get that you feel like you're at a live show, but
Yeah.
they're in Tennessee.
Yeah.
They
They can't hear you.
Also, I can't help but think of The Dark Knight.
Oh,
During
with
the
the
scene.
motors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they ripped it off.
I can't help but thinking of the X-Wing targeting computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that someone didn't set the targeting computer right on this Batwing. It's a little...
Like the X-Wing targeting computer.
It's not a just... I mean, he kills plenty of the goons.
Yeah.
Remember, Batman doesn't kill or use guns. You need to recalibrate this bitch.
Mine's bigger.
He cannot sit down with that in his pants. Heavy caliber bullet, too.
Yeah. Or either that or weak-ass Batwing.
Well, he probably was not expecting someone to use bullets.
Yeah. My one weakness, egads.
Miniatures. I love miniatures. Don't you guys love miniatures?
I do.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
We got to hear Vicky Vale bark like a dog during the explosions. Nikki?
No, Vicky.
Ah.
Somebody explain to me why basically the equivalent of Manhattan has a giant Gothic castle in the middle of it.
Have you seen St.
the
Patrick's
Joker-
Cathedral?
So I have with you. It's not. I mean, even 10 minutes is a bit on the underside.
I'm pretty sure it's more like 20 minutes
Yeah.
in the end. It's alright. Apparently, his people are incompetent.
Batman looks like a total fucking badass with the whole like, because like I have like the giant
Battle
Michael
damage,
Keaton
yeah.
Batman figure.
Nerd.
That my brother got me for Christmas, and like you can switch out his like face, and one of them is like the battle damage like gashed face here.
Nice.
He doesn't really do a very good job of being secretive and like quiet in this. Like he knocks over the pew,
Domino style.
I mean, he was just in a serious crash, so I guess I can give it to him a bit. But he's ugh.
But yeah, St. Patrick's Cathedral is in a lot better shape than Gotham City Cathedral.
Well, it is Gotham.
It is. Everything's decrepit in Gotham. Gotham City is basically, again, Manhattan in the 80s, where you would have, like, prostitutes in Times Square after dark.
That's how I like my prostitutes.
Yes.
It'd be really funny if, like, you know, when he like finally gets to the top and he opens the thing, both of the shoes are like stuck on his ears.
It's nice. That last shot of the shoe falling down was a good Vertigo reference.
Yeah.
And I do love the lighting in this set.
Yeah.
I always like, as much as people say Gotham City's an analog to Manhattan, I suppose it is in terms of like size and populace, but I always like the idea of it having more Gothic architecture, like kind of like Boston, this kind of like more old world architecture, like the Gotham City Cathedral. Whereas you look at Manhattan and it's relatively modern, some Art Deco.
I think it was one of the fettuccinis. It's a Ghostbusters 2 reference.
Yes. I know your Ghostbusters references now, as opposed to like 3 months ago.
Come on, Sam. If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. What movie?
What?
I do like that every time you see Commissioner Gordon in this movie, he's always like leading.
Like a general.
Yeah.
Well, he is the very image of a
Batman.
modern
He's
major
like,
general.
Oh, shit.
Was that a Gilbert and Sullivan reference?
I'm not even sure. I know it's a song from a
Pirates
musical.
of Penzance?
Yes, I believe so.
Gilbert and Sullivan.
All right.
Another fucking shoe.
How many shoes does this bitch have? Oh, right, 2.
No other cop helps Commissioner Gordon.
By the way, I just realized that the whole shoe thing could also be a reference to earlier when she came over for dinner and he took off her shoes while they were going up the stairs.
Nice little parallel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Much akin to the nice place, like the space.
Yeah.
Boom.
Much akin to the Bat Dance music
I'm gonna put a
video.
bat on
Yes.
there today.
The same man. Rotoscope searchlights. Oh boy.
Mysterious Michael Keaton face.
Which is to say Michael Keaton face.
Second time you've said that.
It's pretty serious Michael Keaton face in this scene. Like, I think coming up, just like a famous shot from the trailer too, where he turns around, you hear the Joker laughing. I love that in the trailer.
I love those eyes.
Now, we can't pause on this, obviously, but there's a scene coming up. If you pause at the exact right moment where he, like, crotches this guy,
where
the look
did
on
these
his
guys
face,
come from?
I've been waiting up there for years. The look on his face is like, oh, and then he goes right back to Michael Keaton face.
Oh, there. I think
Yeah.
I saw it, yeah.
And then, I don't know why she's, like, passed out.
Yeah.
Like,
You try running in those heels earlier. Takes a lot.
is this coming up the worst attempt of all time?
That one?
At anything.
Yeah.
The most.
I'd say that's almost as bad as Joel Schumacher's attempt to make a Batman movie.
Oh.
Oh,
and
God,
he did.
that
And
one-
he had 2 tries.
Yeah.
Zing. Although I will say I will always love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I mean, he's
Frank Gorshin.
Yeah.
I like. I think there's a bat roll coming up that he does.
Yeah.
A bat roll.
That I always joke is like a Pokeball like opening up, like he's like flip 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 flip, and he like pops up, and he's like,
Or
Batman,
Samus.
you've just unleashed a Batman. Yeah.
Batman, I choose you.
Yeah.
Hey, scream at this too, Vicky Vale. Thank you.
I've always wanted a gun that has a bang flag like that, but unfortunately, the only ones that you seem to be able to buy, like the barrel flips out, as opposed to a flag popping out of the barrel.
Right.
Here's the bat jump from the beginning of the movie.
This guy gives him the most trouble.
Yeah, he really beats the shit out of him. I think here's the bat roll is coming up.
Was that it?
Yeah, was it?
That's the Pokeball moment.
Was this Batman's plan the whole time to get his shit kicked, and so he can do the? He's like, guys, this is my plan all along. Like steal.
Peekaboo. Guy kind of looks like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And he
Like
just
a jacked Bill Cosby.
and he just killed him.
He kind of sounds like him as he's like falling. Like,
Oh, the pudding pops.
Kodak cameras.
uh,
I love that lighting. That's just so cool.
yeah.
It almost looks like moonlighting, which I guess is
Here-
probably what it is.
Here comes Sam's favorite line.
I'm pretty sure you've used that at a bar to hit on a girl.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Batman kind of takes his little time. He was like, I'll just kind of walk here.
Well, he's got to make a dramatic
Yeah,
entrance.
exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to kiss your shoulder, and it'll be the most sensual experience of your entire life.
Well, everything's connected. He is his suit. Six to midnight.
I need to wear more purple.
She did date Prince.
Start wearing purple, wearing purple. Now, finally, Batman steals a line from the Joker.
I'm going to kill you, Adam West. I love that Batman falls for that, and like still, Joker breaks his hand on him.
Do you think that the Joker knew who Bruce Wayne was after he told him that?
No, I don't think he...
Made the connection?
Yeah. I don't think he remembers who he kills. I love that he just holds around glasses. And then Batman falls for his own joke.
Yeah, that was Batman.
That was
by the way.
another-
That was not Vicky Vale.
That was another Laserdisc break right there.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
You flip it over, and it's Batman and Vicky
Yeah.
Vale
Yeah.
hanging on the cathedral.
Which
That's
fucking
pretty
great,
intense.
fucking
Yeah.
great place
Yeah,
to do
for
it.
the end, yeah.
That's like
He's like, oh,
that's like tune in next week.
Yeah.
No!
End of side 7.
Oh my. She falls for a really long time before getting caught. But yeah, it has now been 15 minutes since he said 10 minutes. Just throwing that out there.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay. They must know the Joker kind of takes his sweet time. Like, the boss isn't ready. Give him an extra 5.
Yeah, we've got like 2 California raisins up there. He'll
Probably
fight.
trying to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Get it? Because they're going to fall. He said drop. Get it? Get it? Get it? Because he's about to die. Get it?
Foreshadowing. It's a hell of a shot that Batman makes. I'm going to loop it around 2 things.
In one shot. Good God.
I mean, I think he's saying like, "Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah, at some point you might the helicopter guys are just like, "Hey, man, keep going." It's like, "Hey, there's I'm tied to a fucking stone gargoyle," and there it goes, and it's gone.
Rotoscope searchlights again.
Surely the helicopter must see this and be like, "Hey, maybe we should fly over the cathedral," because fuck it, there he goes. Just like every other Disney villain.
It just disappears.
Yeah, falls and disappears like Gaston.
Yeah.
Or Big Boy Caprice.
Again, Batman screaming the whole way down.
Yeah. Well, she has been in a war zone. She knows how to handle herself.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's lost a couple pounds since the last time.
Yeah. Being more than 108. My hero.
Did you ever see we were always talking about TV shows referencing this movie, which is funny, but in The Big Bang Theory, Leonard has a ringtone that is this laughing Joker, and it's like going off in the middle of the night, and it's like freaking Penny out. And he's like, "I just bought this for like $1. Like, I'm not changing it." But yeah, that's a ringtone he has.
Sorry, I'm a real nerd. I don't watch The Big Bang
Oh,
Theory.
how dare you, sir.
I gotta say, I don't want to actually watch it either.
In New York, when I was working at the comic book shop, everyone was like, "I fucking hate The Big Bang Theory."
I like The Big Bang Theory.
I'm relatively indifferent to it.
Joseph Stalin.
His turn now. He's Hey, they let me out.
Oh, hey.
They let me out.
Miss Vale, I lived. I don't need to see the movie, Dottie. I lived it. It's a Pee Wee Herman reference.
Did she say Take Care Alley?
Allie.
Isn't his name Alexander?
Alexander, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes Alexanders go by Allie. And by sometimes, I mean I've never heard of it happening.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
He gave us a signal.
The Batman, or The Bat Signal Begins by Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it looks just like the moon when the bat wing flew over it.
That's where you get the idea. He's like, "Oh, I bet this looks so cool." He's like in a notepad, and he's like, as he's free falling, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm flying.
Right. I was always annoyed that Vicky Vale wasn't in Batman Returns.
They do reference
They
her.
reference her twice.
Yeah, I'm just saying that she's not there.
They don't.
Like-
they can't
like
make
at
it
the
work.
At the end here, they make it look like they're gonna go live happily ever after.
I mean, it happens in like every James Bond movie ever,
Yeah.
unless you're talking about Our Majesty's Secret Service
My
or
favorite
Casino
James Bond
Casino
movie.
Royale.
No, I'm only talking about the good ones.
Oh, both of those are
So you slammed both of us in a single
those are
comment.
pretty great movies. I love the score right here.
Yeah.
Very like a triumphant.
With ringing bells, yeah.
Yeah. Also, at that same token, I'm also upset that Catwoman is never seen from again.
They wanted to make their own spin-off movie, but it got
Yeah.
put in
good-
development hell.
I'm glad that there was never a Catwoman solo movie.
I agree completely. I know exactly what you're
I
saying.
mean, I mean, it would have been nice if they had made one at some point,
Sure.
but I wouldn't hate to have one, but I would like to have a good one. I
There
wouldn't
you
want to
go.
just throw out anything that has Catwoman in the title.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Especially with like Sharon Stone as the bad guy. Yeah, hey, we're done.
That was oddly specific.
Yeah.
It's better every time.
The Steal?
Yes.
All right, well.
That was another installment of Geek Out Commentary as we continue our Batman 75 celebration.
So
And
actually, this Wednesday is Batman Day.
by this Wednesday, he means
The 23rd?
July,
Yeah, July
23rd.
23rd.
Because this is not going to be posted in time for people.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
we're going to bank a few.
So, hope you celebrated Batman Day.
And if you didn't, you can always do it later.
Do it next year for the 76th anniversary.
Yeah, the best anniversary. So next week we'll continue on with my personal favorite Batman film pre Christopher Nolan, but you for all time.
Yeah, all time for me.
Batman Returns.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right.
see you
Thanks
guys.
for watching. See you.
Thanks for listening.